Shemai, how are you all? Welcome to a flip through of my March project life. I'm still quite amazed that I'm keeping up with it. I'm still working retrospectively with it. So at the end of each month then I catch up with the whole thing. I'm still remembering to record any memories or events using the notes section of my phone. And I'm also still backing up my photos on Google Drive. But this month I've found out that nothing really noteworthy has happened. So I'm just going to give you some ideas of how I fill in those emptier kinds of weeks. So I'm still using, they're all Stampin' Up cards. I've bought so many in the past that I am trying to make a bit of a dent in my hoard. I mean collection, obviously, not a hoard. This one here actually came from a cut apart sheet. I used the back of it for something else, so I saved those. So this is now week 10. I think I said before that I started on New Year's Eve. And in a way I wish I hadn't, because it's a little bit more confusing. Because then I'm trying to think what's the next date. But I printed off a calendar off the internet, which has helped me as well. So in March, my husband and I celebrated 22 years of meeting each other. I also took part in cross country. Although I look a bit like a hamster with his mouth. Is it hamsters or gerbils that stuff their mouths full of food? But I was in the middle of eating cake. Cake is the best thing about running, I've decided. So here I am in a mad sprint to the end. Then it was World Book Day. And here I am in school with all my colleagues. It was a little bit, I think the sun was coming through on us. So it was a bit of a faded sort of picture. We had a Roald Dahl theme and all the staff and children dressed up. And it was also International Women's Day. And on Facebook, I shared a photo of myself on my wedding day with my mum, my late nan and my late sister. And I was celebrating the influence they've had on my life. I'm still using the little stickers here. On the week before, the month before I should say, I was using these little stickers, but I have run out of E's and K's now. But I'm quite happy mixing and matching. I'm not sort of that bothered about it all being exactly the same. I do try to get the cards from each side to have a little bit more of a similar theme. So another thing I use quite a lot are, because I use Time Hop, I use some Time Hop photos. If I share them again on Facebook, then it's a good reminder for me. So this was Izzy when she was a little tiny pup. Then this is a very photo light week really, because we went out with the school choir, but I didn't have any photos. I've also still been enjoying doing my YouTube videos, and I've been keeping a little bit of a record each month in my project life of how my subscribers count is going up. Also, on the 15th of March was when there was the dreadful shooting in Christchurch in New Zealand, and I wanted just to sort of put a little bit of a note about that in there as well. It was also the month that Wales won the Grand Slam. We were the Grand Slam winners. And this is about singing the anthem. Singing the anthem is special. We've got a unique anthem for a start. It's not about a monarch or battles. It's about the people in the country. So I feel it's empowering as well. When you're singing it with the thousands of people in the stadium, it's their opportunity to be at one with the players. They feel part of us instead of just being supporters. And I must say, I love singing the Welsh National Anthem. So that really rang a chord with me. So this is Cymru am byth, which is Wales Forever. The other thing I've started doing is, because I record all my runs on Strava, because if it's not on Strava, it didn't happen, I did a screenshot and I printed this one off. This was the run I did with my husband. And I've got these little fitness quotes and icons. I think is a Mambi booklet. So I use that as well, because I am really getting back into my exercise at the moment. Once again. So that was week 11. On to week 12. And as you can see, I'm onto a different set of letters because I'm trying to use up ones that I've got. So this was a a bit of a quiet week because I had a nasty chest infection. So I shared some photos that I did in my 10-minute Tuesday. I also used some filler cards here and a nice quote. And then I've sort of documented the fact that due to a chest infection, I didn't really manage to do much at all. Apart from the end of the week, we took Izzy on a trailer walk. There she is. So, as you can see, when there are weeks that are a little bit quieter, use some of the pretty filler cards, use some of the nice quotes, and sort of bump your pages out with that. So then I'm going on to week 13. And once again, as you can see, these letters fit in with these letters, and I've managed to do it there as well. But I think on this page here, I'll have to find a new sheet of numbers and letters. So once again, I shared the photo of one of my YouTube videos. Also, I talked about how I ran my 3rd ever fastest park run, my 2nd fastest at Penalta, where I do my park runs. This was quite funny because 2 separate people that have no knowledge of each other both tagged me in this. I am not a craft hoarder, I'm the curator of an extensive private craft supply collection. And it did make me laugh because, as I said here, people know me so well. It was also Mother's Day, so I talked about how I cooked for my mum and my husband's mum. And there's my mother there. And once again, as you can see, I've used just a picture card. Before, I used to think that I had to fill it all with photos. But in that case, why would they use make these lovely filler cards if we weren't meant to use them? And this is week 14, so I'm now going into April. And once again, this is off that filler sheet. No, sorry, cut apart sheet there. I've got photos to go here because today I've been to see my nephew doing a dressage competition and he won. And I like this quote, "You were stronger than you know." Carpe diem, seize the day, because this week I've done incredibly well on my exercise. So there I am there documenting that. And another little bit of a milestone for me, I've hit 322 subscribers. And I've said it makes me so happy to see that people like what I'm doing. And I've also got exciting things ahead. So there we go. That's my March and beginning of April flip through. So as you can see, I'll just do a flip through of the whole thing. That's week 1. I'm also making a huge dent in my massive collection of Stampin' Up! Project Life cards and making memory cards, and I'm quite pleased that I'm managing to keep up with it, because I think Project Life, if you're going to do it weekly or monthly, it is important to find some way that you can keep on top of it, and whether that's doing it on a weekly basis or whether you do it retrospectively at the end of the month, whatever works for you. But use things like Google Drive and Google Photos and like the Notes app on your phone just to remind you what you're doing. I also use, as I say, I also use Facebook, and I also use, because I'm tracking my exercise, I look back at Strava as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I shall see you next month with a flip through of April, and I can't believe how quickly this month is going. 1 more week in school and then I've got 2 weeks off, and let me tell you, I can't wait. So I shall see you soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Hwyl fawr.